Adrenal gland. Our body has one pair of adrenal glands, one at anterior, that is front part of each kidney. So you can see adrenal gland in the anterior, that is front part of the kidney. Adrenal gland is composed of two types of tissues. The centrally located tissue is called adrenal medulla, and outside the medulla lies adrenal cortex. You can see in this diagram there is adrenal medulla inside and adrenal cortex outside. Adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla secretes two hormones called adrenaline and noradrenaline. Adrenaline is also called as epinephrine. Noradrenaline is also called as norepinephrine. Adrenaline and noradrenaline are together called as catecholamines. So, catecholamines are secreted by adrenal medulla. Catecholamines are rapidly secreted in response to stress of any kind and during emergency situations and are called emergency hormones or hormones of flight or fight. Catecholamines are adrenaline and noradrenaline. Adrenaline is also known as epinephrine. Noradrenaline is also known as norepinephrine. Catecholamines increase alertness. They cause pupillary dilation. They cause piloerection, that is raising of body hair. They cause sweating. Catecholamines increase heartbeat, strength of heart contraction, and rate of respiration. Catecholamines stimulate the breakdown of glycogen. Glycogen is a homopolysaccharide of glucose. So when glycogen breaks down, glucose is formed. So the breakdown of glycogen results in an increased concentration of glucose in the blood. So catecholamines stimulate increased blood glucose. Catecholamines stimulate the breakdown of lipids and proteins. Adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex can be divided into three layers called zona glomerulosa, which is outer layer, zona fasciculata, which is middle layer, and zona reticularis is inner layer. Zona glomerulosa, fasciculata, and reticularis. So the trick to remember the layers of adrenal cortex is GFR. GFR. G is for zona glomerulosa, F fasciculata, and R reticularis. Remember, glomerulosa is the outer layer. Adrenal cortex secretes many hormones commonly called as corticoids. So cortex hormones are called corticoids. The corticoids which are involved in carbohydrate metabolism are called glucocorticoids. Corticoids which regulate the balance of water and electrolytes in our body are called mineralocorticoids. In our body, cortisol is the main glucocorticoid and aldosterone is the main mineralocorticoid. Glucocorticoids stimulate gluconeogenesis, that is, formation of new glucose. They also stimulate lipolysis, that is, breakdown of lipids, and proteolysis, that is, protein breakdown. Glucocorticoids stimulate formation of new glucose, that is, gluconeogenesis, and they also stimulate lipolysis and proteolysis. Glucocorticoids inhibit cellular uptake and use of amino acids. Glucocorticoids inhibit cellular uptake and use of amino acids. This is important. Cortisol is also involved in maintaining the cardiovascular system as well as the kidney functions. So, cortisol is also involved in maintaining cardiovascular system and kidney functions. Glucocorticoids, particularly cortisol, produces anti-inflammatory reactions and suppress the immune response. So cortisol reduces inflammation and suppress the immune response. Cortisol stimulates RBC production. Aldosterone. Aldosterone acts mainly at renal tubules, that is nephrons. Aldosterone stimulates reabsorption of sodium and water. So aldosterone stimulates reabsorption of sodium ions and water, while it stimulates excretion of potassium and phosphate ions. Thus, aldosterone helps in maintenance of electrolytes, body fluid volume, osmotic pressure, and thus it also maintains blood pressure. Small amounts of androgenic steroids are also secreted by adrenal cortex. So, adrenal cortex also secretes androgenic steroids. These androgenic steroids play a role in growth of axial hair, that is hair in axilla, armpit, and pubic hair, facial hair during puberty. Disorders. Underproduction of hormones of adrenal cortex alters carbohydrate metabolism. So, less production of adrenal cortex hormones alters carbohydrate metabolism and cause acute weakness and fatigue, leading to a disease called Addison's disease. So, in Addison's disease, there is less production of hormones of adrenal cortex. So, here you can see adrenal medulla produce catecholamines. What are catecholamines? Adrenaline and noradrenaline. Adrenal cortex produce hormones called as corticoids. Corticoids. Corticoids are of two types, glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. Cortisol is an example of glucocorticoid. Aldosterone is example of mineralocorticoid. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Keep studying. Best of luck.